First, ask everyone to stand for the pledge and on the silence and follow that.
Recording in progress.
Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Next on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Do we have a second? I'll second it. Any discussion? All in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next is recognition, Mr. Dean.
Mr. Chairman, we have a large number of students we'd like to recognize tonight. I'll ask Ms. Belcher if she will help. First, I'd like to call up Ms. Cindy Garrett and recognize our DECA students who recently participated in Virginia Beach at the state competition. I'll go through the list, and if you'll come up, Ms. Belcher will give you a certificate. It may take us a second. I don't know if her certificates are in the same order as my list, but we'll hope so. Tyler Bales for Principles of Finance. And if you will stay up here, I think I'm going to ask Ms. Garrett to come up and say a few words. Blair Calton, Business Services Marketing. Riley Crabtree, Principles of Business Administration and Management. Maya Echeriva, Human Resources Management. I know I didn't get that right. I'll apologize. Annabelle Fritz, Marketing Communications. Morgan Graham, Automotive Services Marketing. Talmadge Gunner, Quick Service Restaurants Management. Jalen Hall, Restaurant and Food Service Management. Cassidy Hammond, Sports and Entertainment Marketing. Catherine Hammonds, Leadership Development. Elizabeth Laws, Food Marketing. Caroline Litton, Hotel and Lodging Management. Abigail Myers, Leadership Development. Lindsay Nicodam, Hotel and Lodging Management. Miley Stapleton, Social Media. Elizabeth Williams, Entrepreneur Series. Sabella Yuri, Principles of Marketing. And of these, the following placed in the top 8 at the state level: Blair Calton, Annabelle Fritz, Morgan Graham, Talmadge Gunner, Jalen Hall, and Cassidy Hammond. And of those, Morgan Graham and Talmadge Gunner qualified for the Nationals, which will be held in Orlando, Florida, April the 22nd through April the 24th. So, Ms. Garrett, I'll ask you to come up and say a few words about this outstanding group of students you have.
I just kind of wanted to explain how they got to state. These students participated in the district competition back in November at Mountain Empire Community College. And they participated in many different, as you heard, many different categories. And in order to qualify, they had to take a 100-question time test and complete 2 role-play scenarios in different instructional areas. And all of them placed first at the district level and then moved on to state, where they competed last week with the same thing, the 100-question test and the 2 role-play scenarios. And then the 7 of them placed at state. They medaled either for top test score or top role play. And then Talmadge and Gunner, of course, moved on to nationals that we'll do in Orlando in late April. And I have a really great group of DECA students this year. Some of them just waited till their junior year to take a chance on DECA, but they're loving it and they're ready to come back next year. They've already come to me with lots of amazing ideas and ways that they want to get on stage other than just individual recognition. So we're going to work toward that. So I think the future is bright for DECA. And thank you all again for recognizing them and their hard work.
Thank you.
That one didn't get a picture. Did you get a picture? That's Fred. Did you get a picture? You can like
Mr. Chairman, I'd also like to recognize Eli Penix, if he's here. Eli, are you here? I didn't see Eli come in. He qualified and participated in the state wrestling tournament. He finished third at the region and then participated in the state tournament, so I wanted to recognize him, but I don't see him here tonight. Cassidy Hammonds for indoor track. I'll get Cassidy to come back up. I think we've got another certificate for her. I don't know if her coach is here.
She's back there.
Miss Carol, if you will, you can come up. Cassidy participated in the indoor track at the region, and she won the long jump in the region. She won the 55-meter hurdle in the region, placed second in the 55-meter dash in the region, third in the triple jump at the region. She was named the Region 2D Indoor Female Track Athlete of the Year, went to the state tournament, placed 6th at the state competition in the long jump and 8th in the state competition at the triple jump. So I'll ask Miss Carol if she will to say a few words.
Yes, absolutely. Cassidy Hammonds had a phenomenal indoor track season. The accomplishments that she was able to achieve, given the circumstances around the season, attest to the athlete that she is. This was Cassidy's first indoor track season, so she's still kind of a rookie. Actually, last year, she started ever. It was the first time she's ever ran track and field outdoors. So she's still a rookie and she's doing a phenomenal job. She had only competed in one meet prior to the state track meet. Cassie also played basketball during the winter season, and we would meet twice a week after basketball practice to have track and field practice. And as Mr. Dean had mentioned, at the Class 1 and 2 Region C and D meet, she competed in long jump, triple jump, 55 hurdles, and 55 meters. And she won the Region D long jump, 55 hurdles. She placed second in the 55 and placed third in the triple jump. And the marks that she had attained at those meet were actually phenomenal times and distance that she had jumped. So we were very, very happy with what she had accomplished at the region meet. And then of course at the state meet, she was all-state both in the long jump and triple jump. And also with that being said, given the short amount of time that she had to practice and what she could accomplish, she was the Region D Female Athlete of the Year, which is a huge accomplishment for track and field. Coach Carol and I, we cannot express enough how very proud we are of Cassidy, and we look forward to a successful outdoor track and field season.
Mr. Chairman, I'd also like to ask Mr. Greg Rasnick to come up. I think he's got some students who have been doing a great civic duty with the Sleep in Heavenly Peace organization, and I think he's got 3 students with him tonight. I think they're going to tell you a little bit about what they're doing, and I would ask him to say a few words about his students as well.
You want to come on up? Okay.
If you will, Mr. Rasnick, will you introduce your students?
I will. This is Rachel Glass. She's our senior. She's in second and third block with us. Go ahead. This is Miss Shonda Belinsky. She's in the building trades class and in the second and third block. And this is Mr. Cade Troutman. He just come off the baseball field. And he's here for moral support. These students, especially these two right here, did 95% of the layout on the beds. It's a project through Sleep in Heavenly Peace. It is a mission field where beds are constructed and given to students who need them or children who need them in the county. These young ladies did, like I said, about 90% of the layout and had everything set up to cut, everything ready to go. And Mr. Troutman was head of a little sanding team that got a lot done. And these kids have really done well, and one of the things that they're able to do, we have a second and third year carpentry class, but when they get their projects done, the building trades class in the third block can pick up where they leave off, and they're interchangeable. So everybody knows how to do. And I'll let them a little bit of talk, and I'll step out of the way. Rachel, why don't you come up and introduce what this is?
Thank you. So a little bit about Sleep in Heavenly Peace. It's an organization that its motto is to make sure no kid in every county sleeps in a bed. The way that the beds get made is they have donations of just lumber, and they make groups like churches, volunteer, and other organizations come together, and they cut the wood and get them ready to be made so that they can set them up at the houses of the kids that need them. And that you don't need any experience to be able to help this wonderful organization. Who is SHIP? That's the acronym SHP. It's founded in Cleveland, Iowa in 2012. Sleep Heavenly Peace is the only charity that provides handmade beds for children who do not have any of their own. We do not deliver these beds to the kiddos. No, we don't. Oh, sorry. They don't only deliver the beds themselves, they deliver mattresses and anything else that they would need for the beds. And make sure every kid and volunteer dedicates their time to make sure everyone is happy. And Shonda is going to tell you a little bit more about how we put them together.
Thank you, Rachel. What I have here are the blueprints of the beds and what all we use to make them. And we even have the measurements that had helped us do this and put them together. Second one right here is where we put the holes at, put them together, railing. I wasn't just the only one that helped put these beds together. I would like to thank the people in my class and the other classes that helped us put these together as well. And there was also, we had small groups. There was one that worked at the sending station. We even had a group that helped us put up the boards and everything together. So that way we can have a good bed put up, sold to these kids for free, to give them the bed they want and help them rest easily. So that way they won't have such terrible knots or anything. And then we also have people that had helped us lay them out, cut those woods, and helped us through this journey of the beds. Thank you.
said I'm here for moral support. We build beds. Thank you.
Students know what to do.
Can I ask a question? Like from the time you get the boards and the materials, and you start cutting and drilling and sanding and putting, how long does it take to make a bed?
It don't really take that long if we all work together. It takes at least the whole class period. It's
Okay.
actually like, we might be able to get at least 4 or 5 of them done, depending on how quick we work and how many of us is actually working on it. But it don't really take that long.
How many of y'all made?
12.
12 out so far.
Very good. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all for the recognition.
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I have one more recognition. This Tuesday, this week, we had our spelling bee. I'd like to thank the following people who helped make the spelling bee possible. Diane Early, Lisa Willis, Ann Graham, Greg Rasnick, Jerry Robinette, Freddie Fields, Walter Shell, David Graham, Stacy Belcher, Sherry Collier, and Pell Valley News for sponsoring. The following students participated: Maddox McQueen from Dryden Elementary, William Dingus from Elk Knob Elementary, Bethany Singleton from Elydale Middle, Scarlett Ringgold, Flatwoods, Aurora Hart, Jonesville Middle, Adriana Barnett, Lehigh, Michael Smith, Pennington Middle, Colton Cox, Rose Hill, and Mason Blanken, St. Charles. Third place winner was Maddox McQueen from Dryden. Second place was Aurora Hart from Jonesville Middle. And with us tonight, after 25 rounds in the spelling bee, we have our winner, Miss Bethany Singleton from Elydale. And I'll ask Miss Bethany to come up. Miss Belcher has another certificate for her. I will say but it was 25 rounds. I thought we were going to be there all night. But Miss Ayers is here, and it was kind of interesting. Miss Ayers brought up our traveling trophy that came from Elydale, and she said, I'm taking it back home with me tonight, and she did. And I think, Miss Ayers, if I'm correct, at the spelling bee at Elydale, she competed with her brother, and it went so long they had to come back another day.
They spelled all the words, 400 words before Thanksgiving break, and it was a tie. So we had to print more words for them to study over Thanksgiving break to come back and break the tie.
So Bethany, we are very proud of you, and I wanted you to come and let the board.
So what was the winning word?
Bovines.
Bovines. What is it?
She's gonna spell it for us.
Bovines.
So I talked to Miss Ayers before the spelling bee, and I could not make it because I was working, but she said, I have a winner. I said, great. Sounds like she's got a national champion to me. She's winning all that. Good job.
But we're very proud of you.
What grade are you in?
5th.
5th grade. Good job. We're proud of you.
Out of curiosity, what grade's your brother in?
7th.
Last year, she was the Rose Hill champion, and her brother was the Elydale champion. She was runner-up. And she was the runner-up, and he was the district champion last year.
So next year, the possibility her brother would be in 8th grade and he could compete again and not have to compete against her until the district.
What you mean is he might have a chance next year.
Very well possible. But Bethany, again, we're proud of you.
Very
And proud of all the students. We have a wide array tonight of athletes, academics, and civic students, and we're proud of all of you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me add one more thing to recognition. So on February 10th and 11th at the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center in Abingdon, there was the District 7 all-district chorus event, and we had students that were selected from both Lee High School and Thomas Walker High School, At Lehigh, we had Susan Renee Bledsoe and Madeline Liz Taylor. From Thomas Walker High School, we had Samantha Cavan and Haley Parsons. They both were selected to either perform or whatever at that event. In addition, we had some students that were selected for the All Virginia Choir, and those were from LHS, Madeline Liz Taylor, Soprano 2, and Thomas Walker High School, Samantha Cavan, Alto 1. So we congratulate them and Ms. Belcher on the work they've done too.
And Ms. Belcher, I think, is going to bring those students to the board meeting next month.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be great. All right, so we will move on to public comment. Do we have any public comment? If you want to speak, you got 5 minutes, come up and give us your name and tell us what you need to say. Yeah, come on up.
You will let the students leave.
Yeah, if the students want to leave, y'all go ahead.
Oh, you can't leave. You have to have a picture taken. Sorry.
Okay. Don't blame me, blame me.
My name's Amy Bergen. I've never been here before. This is my first school board meeting, so I don't really know how this works. I've got a son that goes to Jonesville Middle School. He's in 7th grade. He'll be going into 8th grade next year. He's chose to go to Thomas Walker High School. We're kind of on the border between Lehigh and Thomas Walker. We're like 10 minutes from the cutoff where the buses go. And there's probably 14 students that's going from Jonesville Middle School down to Thomas Walker. This coming year is what we've been told, and of course we need buses like for these kids. We are located at the Thompson settlement areas where we're located at, and there's at least 4 children that would be riding the bus going back and forth to school. So we're requesting that the school board make an amendment to one of their policies where the kids can ride the bus back and forth. I always give my children a choice, like what they want to do. I've got a 22-year-old. She chose to go to Lee High School, which that's where I went. I'm very happy that she did that. My son, he's different than she is. He would rather have like a smaller school, so he chose to go to Thomas Walker. And I try to do the best that I can for my children and stand up for them whenever I know that I need to. And for the other children too, because they're in the same boat. I think every child is different. Like some children do fine at one place, but will not at another place. So to be able to go down there, they do need a school bus. And the only thing that I've been told, the only reason why it won't come up that way is because they're trying to cut a bus route, which I know all of us pay taxes going to the school. And there's at least 14 kids, so we just want to try to make an amendment so our kids have the choice to go down there. I appreciate your time. I don't know if all of y'all know me. I know her.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
So now if you kids want to leave, you can leave. I want to say something to her.
Ain't allowed to leave one.
My name is Stacy Muncie, and I too am here regarding a request for you all to reconsider a policy that I think you previously addressed a couple years ago in deciding to end, I guess, busing of students to Thomas Walker. I live pretty close to Amy. We all kind of live in the same area, and all of our kids went to Flatwoods. They all go to Jonesville Middle School now because obviously Jonesville is much closer to us than Elydale. But we're also in an area where we're just as close to Lehigh as we are to Thomas Walker. My husband and I both are graduates of Thomas Walker, and obviously that probably played a little bit into it, but we too have given our children the opportunity to choose where they want to go. Our children want to go to Thomas Walker. At the end of the day, we'll make that happen, and we'll get them there somehow. But I too am a taxpayer in this county, and would like to think that we can do what we can to keep our kids here. We have too many kids that leave and go out of county to school. That's not something I want to do. That's not something I intend to do. I'm just asking you to allow my child an opportunity to go to a school of his choice here in the county. Again, we're right there within 10 minutes of that cutoff anyway, technically where that cutoff is. But again, if you time it, I'm equal distance from one to the other. Whereas I have the ability to try to get my child there. To get my child there, I'll make it happen. Not every child has that opportunity. And I'm not standing here asking you to come to my home and pick my child up. I'm not even asking you to do that. I'm asking you to consider running a bus from just a central bus stop, if it's at Flatwoods Elementary, which I think all of the parents that I've spoken to that are requesting this or have a need for it, again, all those kids went to Flatwoods already, and so if that would possibly be an option to run it from Flatwoods, I would greatly appreciate it, and I know everyone else that I've spoken with would as well. Again, as Amy said, I think she said it very well, students fit different molds and, you know, want to be in different places. It doesn't mean one school's any better than the other. I think oftentimes we have a them versus us mentality, and I don't think that's what we need to have. I think we just need to try to include all kids and make a way for them to do what they want to do. You've had a lot of kids up here tonight that are excelling, and I think that's what we want all of our students to do. So again, I just hope that you would reconsider that policy. Again, just even if it's making it a central location with those kids to be able to catch the bus and be picked up at the end of the day, I would just sincerely appreciate your consideration on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy.
Any more public comment?
Hello, my name is Tiffany Miles. The same situation. My child will be in the 8th grade next year, and I've chosen to send him to Thomas Walker. It's a smaller school, and I think it'll be better for him, just like that. Stacy and Amy said, every child's different. I live in the same, right beside Amy, so the same location. But exactly like Stacy said, I'm not asking him to come to my house. I'm asking you all to reconsider, like Flatwoods or Jonesville Middle School, like they're doing this year. Because I was just recently informed that they're trying to do away with the route completely. Like not come back to Thomas Walker, Jonesville Middle School or Flatwoods. And that's all we're wanting to just keep that route. It's been going on so long, why change that route? Give students the opportunity to go to Thomas Walker. If we're living right there in the middle, it's not like we live in Dryden or Pennington and we're trying to get you all to take them there. It's just the same route that's going now. And I should ask you all to reconsider that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any more public comment?
Hi, I'm Jennifer Miles, and I am in the same boat that they are all in. My son tried Lehigh when the COVID hit, and he was not able to go. I had to do virtual with him. His anxiety was so bad that I couldn't get him going to school. He has done better at Thomas Walker. He has picked up and made 80 on a road. Whereas Lehigh and the virtual, he was failing. He just could not go to Lehigh. So I'm with them. We just request that you please keep the Thomas Walker bus route, because some kids just aren't made for some schools when others are. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
ma'am.
Any other public comment? Okay, if not, we'll move on to board comments. Does any of the board members have comments?
I would like to comment on the work that's been done on the Lehigh campus, especially going up the hill toward the sporting places, baseball, softball, tennis. Miss Ely and I drove up there the other day, and we're just really pleased of how things are cleaning up and getting some gravel down for more parking. And I would like to thank Joey Ely for bringing a crew in to clean up around the softball field bank. It was nothing but brush there, and I understand he brought a crew and cleaned that up, and I greatly appreciate him doing that. And I'm just real pleased at what's going on across all the county for the kids. And I just wanted to mention that.
I would like to say I'm real proud of all you students that have been recognized. It's just so wonderful, and I wish that every student would participate in something once they get to high school, because it makes such a difference, I feel like, in their lives. So congratulations to all of you.
I want to follow up on that and also congratulate every one of you. Even if you're just here for moral support, congratulations. But no, it's a real accomplishment, and it makes the school system look good. And and makes you feel better about your school and about your fellow students. And I just encourage you to keep doing these type of things and keep being successful.
Same here. Congratulations, everybody. I want to thank the parents for coming and speaking to it.
Yeah.
It means a lot to have people here voicing concern the right way, and that's the way you do it.
We probably had more public comment tonight than we've had the last 5 meetings, so that's good.
And I do think it's going to be addressed, am I wrong?
It might not be tonight, but it's going to be addressed.
Okay.
I'm very proud as well. We're all proud of our Lee County students.
I agree with everybody else that y'all, you're just amazing. Y'all really and truly are. And I thank y'all for what you do. Thank our teachers, the folks that, you know, take part in teaching y'all this stuff and take the time and effort to do this. And it's not an easy thing to do always. But I believe sports is a great part of the school system. I really and truly do. You just, you learn so much, and you learn teamwork in sports. And that's a great big thing. Teamwork is a great thing. So I just thank all of you. I'm proud, very, very proud of y'all. And you need to talk to your buddies. Get them to come on out with you. The more the merrier, as they say.
So next we'll move on to the consent agenda, which consists of approval of minutes from the February 9th, 2023 budget meeting and regular meeting, and February 23rd, 2023 budget meeting, approval of claims and expenditures, approval of VSBA updates to school board policy, approval of a field trip, Lee High School Band, Kings Island, May 22nd, 2023, Lehigh and Thomas Walker All-District Chorus, Richmond, Virginia, April 26, 2023, Thomas Walker FC CLA, Virginia Beach, Virginia, April 13, 2023, Lee County Career and Technical Center, Brian Bell, Jonathan Mullins, Chad Bishop, Amanda Harbor, Virginia Beach Skills USA, Lee County Career and Technical Center, Michael Dale, Kentucky Welding Institute, Lee County Career and Technical Center, Amanda Harbor, Practical State Board Exam, Thomas Walker High School, Joshua Perry, Baseball Tournament, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Thomas Walker High School, Vicki Snodgrass, State FBLA Conference Competition in Reston, Virginia, Head Start COVID-19 Mitigation Plan 2023, approval of disposal of surplus property for School Board Policy DN, disposal of surplus items, approval of authorization for the division superintendent to fill vacancies existing or occurring between March 10th, 2023 through April 13th, 2023. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
I'll second it. Any discussion? All in favor signify by stating aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Reports of the board. Any reports of the board? Okay, move on to reports of the division superintendent.
Mr. Chairman, in your packet or you have your Kingsport Times News right on with students who participated in that. We had students this time from Elydale, Jonesville Middle, and Pennington Middle. So when you get a chance, I'd ask you to look at that. And if you see those students, congratulate them on participating in that and published in the paper. Enrollment, a little different story this month. In the last couple of months, we are actually down 44 kids. I think I told you all last time, a lot of it is foster students, and we've had a lot that I think have been placed in different foster homes, and we lost that. Budget still looks good. Right now we have 2758 compared to last month of 2802. In your packet you have your operations update, transportation update. Like Ms. Garrett said, I think we've got a lot of stuff going on at the facilities, fixing things, cleaning up things. And then there was a list of items I'd like for you to recognize. March the 5th through the 11th was National School Social Worker Week. March 4th and 5th was Maintenance Worker Appreciation Days. March 6th through the 10th was National School Breakfast Week. And March is Women's History Month. So I'll ask you to recognize those. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, action discussion items.
Mr. Chairman, the first one is an update on two policies. The fringe benefit policy it's just adding some clarifying language about retirees or retirees' spouses when they turn 65 that they have to get on Medicare and get off of the county's insurance policy. Evaluation of professional staff, that is updating the cultural competency standard that the state had us add to that, so we're updating that as well. I would ask that you approve those two updated policies.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by stating aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Mr. Chairman, this is a new policy. We have received the metal detectors at all of the schools. They are getting those up and running. I sent this policy to Mr. Sturgill, our school board attorney. He reviewed it. I would ask that you approve it. That way we have a policy in place with these metal detectors that we have up for our school safety.
Do we have a motion?
I so move.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by stating aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Mr. Chairman, this policy, we actually had a discrepancy between the policy that was in the in the policy handbook and what was in our program of study. The one discrepancy is if a student repeats a course, one area said that we would average the 2 grades together. One area said we would take the higher of the 2 grades. I talked to guidance at both high schools. I talked to principals at both high schools, and they have asked that we update our policy to meet the program of study and say that we'll take the higher of the 2 grades in calculating GPA. So I've asked that we update that policy at the request of our high schools.
Do we have a motion?
I so move.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Mr. Chairman, I would ask that you amend the agenda to add one action item to allow administration to issue IFPs, invitations for bids, or RFPs, requests for proposals for the possible projects of a building at the tennis court at Lee High School, a building at the softball field at Lee High School, the redoing of the main roof at Elydale Middle, reissuing the window project at Jonesville Middle, and a building at Rose Hill to replace the 2 buildings at the back that possibly are beyond repair.
Do we have a motion to amend the agenda to include those items?
I'll make a motion as stated.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Take care of that.
Well, you made a motion to amend the agenda. Now you need to do a motion to approve.
Okay.
I make a motion to send the RFPs as stated.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. No unfinished business. So I will make a motion to go into closed session to discuss personnel under Code of Virginia Section 2.2-3711A1 and student discipline under Code of Virginia Section 2.2-3711A2. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now in closed session.